Hey guys, Scott here from Edge Financial. I hope you're all well. So one of the things that we do, obviously as we do like wealth creation, but also basically it's all about planning for retirement, right? And a lot of people are focused on a number. Oh, you've got to get to this number, you've got to get to that number. You know, in Australia, you've got to get 60,000 a year income in retirement. Otherwise you're going to have, you know, a pretty meager sort of retirement lifestyle. I think if you go back and you say, I want to eat this quality food, I want to have this much ability to travel, I want to have this much freedom. Freedom is for something that should be in there as well. And then you go, okay, where do I need to live to do that? Which shop do I have to buy my retirement lifestyle at? And most people are pretty scared to leave their home country, but if you live in a Western country, if you live in Canada, if you live in the UK, if you live in Australia, New Zealand, and parts of the US, you're not going to be able to afford to live and retire well. However, if you took those American dollars, those UK, pounds, Canadian dollars, New Zealand dollars, Australian dollars, and spent them in pesos, baht, rupiah, India, all those other little countries that we've got, your lifestyle will be ticking all the boxes that you've decided about. You just have to live in a different country to do that. Maybe you do that a hybrid approach, which I think is probably about right. A hybrid approach, half the year on, half the year off somewhere else. For some people are already doing this. A lot of people are doing this, but I need to get this through to some people to understand that if you've got the blinkers on and you want to live in a Western country, then by the way that Western countries run their tax system and their lifestyle system, then you are not going to potentially be able to live well, because if you're middle class, you're going to be taxed until you basically got nothing left. And if you're in the lower end, then the governments are going to let inflation run on purpose to lower their debts, but you're just going to have all of your lifestyle eroded away. And I think if people don't sort of understand how on a global macro level all that works, they're not going to get that if you go outside of your country to a lower socioeconomic country, you can live well, but you can live better than what you're going to do. So for example, I just had a bowl of soup on the street here. It was amazing. Like I cannot find a replication of it in Australia, and I've looked pretty hard. It was 40 baht, which is $1.60. I'm drinking a beer, which is probably $3.50, which is expensive for where we're at. And it probably should be about $2.50, right? And I'm full. So lunch should have been about $4. It's probably $5. And this is a street food, right? I saw a bag of eggs at the market, and there was probably a dozen eggs. Might have been more. Might have been 18 eggs, 20 baht. So what's that? 80 cents. 80 cents. I'm starting to hear of food shortages, and guys, food shortages are a manufactured event. In reality, what they mean is there's no food that we can produce at the profit levels we desire. That is it. When you're in a lower socioeconomic country and everyone's a farmer and everyone's a marketeer, food's everywhere. It's abundant. There's no food shortages here. So maybe it's just not profitable, just the way that there's 15 levels of tax and regulation and things. Yeah, maybe you can't buy 18 eggs for 80 cents or whatever, because everyone has to have their tax and profit and GST and regulations and insurance and price of fuel. Like, okay, well, maybe we need to think outside the box. And if food security was your base level, and living and renting somewhere was your base level, you can do it in Asia, you can do it in Latin America, you can do it in Africa really well, and live on probably 3/4 of what would be an Australian pension, I think, in reality. So I want to start getting our heads around that this is potentially what some of us may have to do. We have a standard of living that we expect when we retire. And I think if you want to then retire in a Western country, I think a lot of people are going to be very disappointed about what happens. Standards of living are slipping fast, dramatically, at a great rate of knots in Western countries. People don't understand what's coming. I think they need to get their head around it. So, hey, look, we should always keep trying to create wealth. We've got to create wealth for our families. That's really important. But we need to understand that, your lifestyle shop or your retirement shop, you can go shop at Macy's or your Louis Vuitton, or you can go shop down the road where the Louis Vuitton knockoffs are and get 5 times the value for your money, right? It's kind of the same. You want to try and live in Western countries and retire there, or you can live half your time in Asia and live well. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts after I had my $1.60 soup and my couple of bucks beer. So sitting here in Asia and going, wow, how do I get all my clients into a lower socioeconomic countries so they can live like the lifestyle that they've probably never had. So anyway, that's me. It's Scott. I'll talk to you guys later on. Remember, life's a family sport. Give yours an edge. Talk to you soon. See ya.